Everything you need to know about making money online with branding in 10 minutes or less. Let's go. Hey, listen, I'm talking from 30 years experience, so listen very carefully. The first thing you need to know is that you need to understand, first of all, what branding is. It's not a logo, it's not a website, it's not colors, it's not design. You know what it is? A brand, I'm gonna give you the greatest definition you ever heard of. The definition of a brand is a promise, pledge, commitment. It's what you stand for and stand against. Just like as a human being, there's some things you stand for and some things you stand against. When you're getting in your business and you're offering something, you need to be very clear, not only what your business is about, but what you're against. So let me give you an example right now. When I say I teach people branding, I'm teaching them how do you emotionally connect with people and get some more money. So I'm not talking about how do you have a fairly fancy website or logos. I'm totally against that bullshit that they're always promoting up there because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If you have anybody who tell you that your brand is a website, a logo, or anything like that, design, run like hell from. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm coming from 30 years because people aren't buying websites and logos. Think about it like this. It's Apple. You know all those lines they got for a new iPhone that come up? You think they standing in line because of the Apple logo? Of course not. No way. There's something more connected that they have there. So the definition of a brand is a promise, pledge, commitment, is what you stand for, stand against. Now, what's the purpose of a brand? The purpose of a brand comes down to this: to be the only one, to be the only emotional solution. Think about your favorite artists. Aren't they the only emotional solution? Think about your favorite friends. Think about your favorite sex. Think about your favorite movies. Think about your favorite songs. These are the things that are the only emotional solution. Let me give you an example. I only buy Toshiba external drives for the last 15 years because I used everybody's external drive out there. Maximus, Western Digital, whoever. I used everybody. And Toshiba is the only one that absolutely does not break down. Never had one break down. I got like 20 plus of those external drives that you hook to your laptops and stuff. I believe in them. I stand behind them with a gun at my head. Okay? Emotional solution. You understand? There's certain restaurants you go to, your only emotional solution. There's only certain things that you deal with. For instance, I went over to iPhone in 2015. I was all about Galaxy until 2015. I made over $30,000 inside of 6 months between July of 2015 and December of 2015. Actually more, because of iPhone, because they had all the early hottest apps that are out there you can use on iPhone. They test on iPhone first, then they go to Android because Android's gigantic, right? So I was all about iPhone because of that money. And I've loved it ever since. Never went back to Android ever again. Nope, done. I will sit there and fight everybody. It ain't about, loving iPhone because of the technology. No, it's because of the money, bitch. That's what I'm all about. The only emotional solution. These plaques on the wall. You know, you're looking at plaques from, let me show you. You're looking at plaques from The Roots, Jay-Z, Common, India Ari, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, and Floetry. These are artists that have fans that are the only emotional solution. Why? Because they know they don't want to mess with nobody else. Like my favorite artist in female artists is Jill Scott. Hands down, I don't give a fuck about nobody else. My favorite artist of all time is Stevie Wonder. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. My favorite MC of all time is Common. Don't give a fuck about nobody else. I'm honored to say I worked on all these projects. That's why I got a plaque and they on my name's on them. My favorite hip hop group is The Roots, Public Enemy, and Tribe Called Quest. Nobody else. You understand? The only emotional solutions for me. My second favorite artist, by the way, in case you wonder, as a male artist, is Prince. Okay, nobody else. What is your emotional? How do you become the only one? See, the purpose of a brand is to become the only one, unique. There's fashions that you buy that you don't question. I'm in Chicago. I'm a White Sox fan. Fuck the Cubs. I'm from the South Side. Fuck the Cubs. Fuck the Cubs. You know, I'm a Bears fan. I know. But I'm a Bears fan. Fuck Green Bay. Fuck everybody else. It's all about the Bears. Fuck everybody else. It's all about the Bulls, even though the Bulls are horrible, man. The Bulls, but hey, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Who's the GOAT? Michael Jordan. Who's the GOAT? Michael Jordan. Do you notice that? I say that with my beating my chest, right? What I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that you need to have an emotional connection to people. And the way you do it is talking about what you stand for and stand against. Donald Trump is a brand because he talks about what he stands for, stand against. Okay? Prince is a brand because he talked about what he stood for and stood against. Okay? Robert De Niro is a brand because he stands for and stand against. You understand? Your business, if you want to sell something, don't just talk about what you like, talk about what you don't like, motherfucker. Let me give you an example in the MMO industry to make money online. Fuck affiliate marketing. I'm going to do a video about that. Fuck affiliate marketing. I made 6 figures with affiliate marketing. So I ain't hating because I can't make no money with it. I'm hating because why should I work 100% for 50% or less of the money? That's called pimping. I ain't doing it. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about what I believe in. What do you believe in? Think about that for a minute. So we know that the definition of a brand is a promise, pledge, commitment, which you stand for and stand against. We know the purpose of a brand to become the only emotional solution, and that means you talk about what you like, but what you really violently don't like. Here's the other thing about the purpose of a brand. Before I go on to the next one, is this: with a purpose of a brand, you have to, as much as possible, as quickly as you can, quickly establish how unique you are. Your goal is not to look like everybody else, it's to be the only solution. Remember, the only emotional solution. That's all a brand is, being unique. Each one of these artists are completely different from everybody else. Even though, 3 of them are black women. So you got India Reed, you got Jill Scott, you got Erykah Badu. Believe me, other than them just being black women, they are not the same. You got Common right here, and you got Jay-Z. And my top 5 hip-hop are, by the way, Common, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Jadakiss, right? You can never confuse Common with Jay-Z, who, by the way, they both respect each other, too. It's pretty cool. But what I'm saying is being unique. Floetry, which is a duo right here, they are incredible. They're unique because nobody else has done what they've done. Ask yourself this: what do you stand for, stand against? Your original opinion is going to help you establish a brand by becoming the only emotional solution, because you're speaking from emotion, in your own emotion, not extrovert, not introvert, both, whatever you come from. Here's the third thing you need to know about branding, and then I'm going to put it all together for you making money. The third thing to understand is that the goal of a brand, we talked about the definition, which is stand for, stand against, the purpose of a brand, to be the only emotional solution. The goal of a brand is money. If anybody tells you anything other than that, if they tell you your goal of a brand is your image and your look and your this, run like hell. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's about money, bitch. It's business. Businesses. The fuck? And here's the thing. The reason you have a goal of a brand is being unique is, can you sell and make money without a brand? Yes. But you won't make as much. See, here's what most business people don't know. I've argued this over with multi-millionaires. See, listen, you're right. You could sell without a brand. You could sell without being unique. But if you're in the everyone business, you're in trouble. You don't want to be in the everyone business. That's bullshit. I guarantee you. You don't want to be in the everyone people. You do not want to be in the everyone business. You want to be in the someone business. Being unique is the money. There are luxury cars, then there's Rolls Royce. There are luxury watches, and then there's Rolex. You understand? There is unique, and then there's the rest of them motherfuckers. Prince was unique. You understand? Stevie Wonder is unique. Jill Scott, unique. You got to be unique. How can you be your own you? Remember what I just said about India Reed, Jill Scott, and Erykah Badu? I said, you can't confuse them if you really look at them. Other than being black women, they coming from totally different angles on everything. Unique. How do you become unique? Well, I'll tell you the easiest way to do that and yes, I've gone over the 10 minutes, but I'm going to give you some bonuses here. The unique part of that, the great part about being unique, okay, is when you talk about what you like and don't like, you become unique. I can't stand Donald Trump. I'm a liberal. But the one thing I respect about Donald Trump is when he got out there and said, I'm going to build a wall and make the Mexicans pay for it, that was some whoa crazy shit. Nobody had ever said no gangster shit like that. The audacity. I mean, to this day, he's doing the most audacious, crazy, batshit crazy shit. Think about it. He's going to try to establish, it ain't going to work because they're going to shoot him down. They're going to get him. The courts and everybody get ready to are leaping all over his ass this very moment. He said he's going to establish a $1.8 billion fund. Okay, a $1.8 billion fund where he's taking $700 million of that away from Obama's fund he established to fight racism to give to racists. So basically, Obama established a fund to fight racism. Trump's going to try to take that money away to give it away to racists, meaning Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, all these other motherfuckers. And I'm like, really, motherfucker? You know, it's really, but that makes him unique. His ability to make bold statements. I'm not saying you got to make bold, crazy, racist, out there, illegal statements. I'm simply saying, whatever you believe in, you better stand behind. If you love chocolate, don't be wavery about, oh, well, vanilla's nice too. Strawberry, fuck that chocolate. Fuck that vanilla. Fuck that strawberry. You know, whatever the fuck you down for. You know, if you love chocolate, stand behind that chocolate like a motherfucker. Stand beat your chest. You see what I'm saying? You got to stand on your shit. Don't come in what you stand for and stand against. And the goal is to get money. So let's talk money, because I'm going to do the rest of this video talking about money for you. Here's the thing. If I'm offering a program, I'm going to tell people what the good part about what I believe in and what I don't believe in. For instance, I'm thinking about making this channel, how to make money online for liberals. If you ain't a liberal, then you probably want to go away. You see what I'm saying? I mean, look how that was. That was like, whoa. If you like Donald Trump, then fuck you. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're a Trumper and you're looking at this, if you like the liberals, them libtards, then fuck you. You got to have an opinion, goddammit. Because if you got an opinion on something, you're going to stand for something. Now, some of you are going to come out and say, oh, but isn't that offensive? Isn't that? Yeah, it's offensive. It's polarizing. And the more you can polarize, the more you can sift out and filter who your group is. And here's the good news in the money part. There are millions out there. So you can make money as a liberal and make money online and get paid and be like, fuck you. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You being able to be polarizing for profit. You being able to be unique for profit. Because the goal of a brand is to what? Get money. And what kind of money? When you have a unique brand, okay, and you emotionally connect with people, talking about what you stand for, stand against, in your goal of making money, you can charge more money, and you can sell more at higher prices repeatedly. Facts. And at higher conversions. So for every 1,000 with a brand, you're going to sell at 20%, 10%, something at a higher percentage. You're going to be able to sell at higher prices. Instead of $20, something with Louis Vuitton on it can be sold for $80. Instead of being something that people buy once, they buy it again, like Scott's toilet paper, or Tide detergent has been killing it for over half a century because people buy repeatedly. They stand by it. I told you earlier that my Toshiba, I stand behind that. What do you stand behind, motherfucker? What are you for? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. The whole idea is this. You can turn that into an opportunity and you can make some money with it, a lot of money. And I'm here to tell you about the things you can build a brand with and how to make money online, all right? And like I said, I'm thinking about turning this over to liberals. So if I'm talking about liberals, then yeah. If you're MAGA, then fuck you. Yeah, I know you're like, fuck me back. No, it's okay. What's for you is for you. There are ladies on here who have these programs, and I listen to their messaging, and they're brilliant. I love what they're saying. I love what they're saying. But they say, yeah, ladies, because they're trying to talk to the ladies. Well, I'm talking to people who ideally, if you're not in this group, still subscribe and listen to me if you want. But I'm talking to people who are the 45, 50 plus crowd. I'm talking to the 45, 50 plus crowd who are trying to figure it out, trying to get their money on, who are liberals. That's what I'm dealing with. If that's not you, I understand. But it's like, if I love chocolate ice cream, then fuck that vanilla, fuck that strawberry. You know, we gotta stand behind it. So again, let's recap this. A brand is a promise, pledge, commitments. What you stand for, stand against. That's the definition of a brand. The purpose of a brand is to be the only emotional solution. And you do that by speaking with emotion about what you're for and what you're against. And it's okay to be polarizing. It's not about trying to be rude or mean. It's about being very clear who should be in the fucking room. And then, of course, the third part is the goal is to do all of that so that you make more money. How do you make more money? By charging more, by getting people to buy more, to get people to buy at higher conversions, at higher prices. Let's get that money, y'all.